This is Dave Gagnon on Halo Talks NYC, coming at you in lieu of our fearless leader, Pete Moore. Today I got Jay Shoates on the line, coming out of Atlanta, Georgia, longtime Halo sector veteran. He's got a lot going on, and we're going to get right into it. Jay, thanks for coming on the show, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course, of course. So you are a longtime Halo sector veteran, good friends of Liz Clark, who we've also had on the show. Shout out to Liz. Why don't you give us a little bit of a background and what you're doing now with Vision Management Services and your new venture I believe you said it was in the Atlanta airport. Tell us more.
Well, by the Atlanta airport.
By the Atlanta airport. Sorry.
Yeah. So I started out in the Halo sector in the meekest form as possible, training. And then went from training to doing contract work for different cities, and from there opening facilities and just letting it expand from there. Getting in the fit tech industry a little bit, doing some consulting work. And just putting all of it together and understanding that all of it falls up under that Halo sector.
And what are you working on now with the facility near the airport? We talked prior to hitting record here. We talked about you doing like a box within a box model, and you also have some very cool community initiatives that you were telling me about when we first spoke. So talk a little bit about that.
So I am actually expanding my facility. So my initial facility is a kind of like a fitness co-working space for fitness and wellness professionals. And they come in and utilize my space and kind of service their clients. And now we're expanding to where we'll be a gym within a gym model that a lot of people use nowadays. And we're expanding, we're going to call it the Airport Athletic Club. This would be a membership based facility for every day for people to come in and work out, like your traditional big box gym. And we'll just add the component of the fitness co-working space to go with it. So it'll be a fairly nice size facility located right by the Atlanta airport, probably about 3 or 4 minutes from the Atlanta airport.
How many square feet you talking about?
So we're just under 30,000 square feet.
Mhm.
Where we'll be at. So we got a nice size footprint.
Gotcha. Now this is interesting. Talk a little bit about this co-working situation that you currently have going on, right? Do you mean that you have like a gym? More and more facilities are putting in like co-working tables and soundproof booths, and is that where you're going here with the one you already have open?
So with the one we have already have open, it's called the Trainer Die Compound, right? And yes, we do have offices that we let the fitness and wellness professionals use. But what I mean by fitness co-working space is more so we have a full service gym, a big, nice 5,000 square foot studio space also, where trainers, PTs, ATCs, they can come in and service their clients, and they have
Got it.
space to operate their business up under our roof. So
Sure.
that's kind of more so the fitness co-working. I know a lot of the Lifetime Fitnesses are doing the co-working space for the
Right.
everyday person that comes in. We will provide space for that in our new facility, but our fitness co-working space is more so catered to the fitness and wellness professional to actually come in and run their business. So
Yeah.
that's kind of the difference with that.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. And what are you seeing now? Like you've been doing this for a long time. I know that you've been profiled with HFA. Right? They did a profile on you, and where do you see this going in the next? Let's just call it, 5 years, 10 years out. You've been in this now for quite a while. What are some of the changes that you're seeing, for better or worse, in the Halo space?
Um, I just think that people have to be agile enough to be able to fit in the different components of the Halo sector. The Halo sector doesn't just consist of somebody that has a gym or somebody that just does consulting work. You have to be agile enough to be able to fit into any kind of any one of those roles in order to really get full utilization and understand the full Halo sector. I think that a lot of people only go at it in one area as opposed to looking at the whole picture and seeing what components they can really add to it. Because it might be 3 or 4 different ways that you can really contribute to the Halo sector. And I just think people limit themselves because the Halo sector is $1 trillion industry. What is it, like $3 trillion?
Yeah, yeah. Some say four. Yeah,
Yeah. So if you're agile, and a lot of people now are getting away from the traditional big box gyms. So if you're getting away from your big box gyms and you're getting away from what traditionally the fitness industry understand, you just have to make sure that you're looking at the total industry, and that just consists of parks outside, all the way uh, to the entire city. Um, what I'm doing with the city of College Park, making the city of College Park in Georgia a Halo certified city. So in comparison, where the gyms in the city, the parks in the city, the walking trails in the city, everything kind of coordinates together to where people that come into the city, that move here, understand that this is a healthy city, and that we're being very proactive with giving a different outlook of how health looks in the community, because
right,
that's the
right,
definition of what the Halo sector is. It consists of all those things.
right.
So you got to understand that balance. You're not going to have a balance if you're not connecting back to your community. You have to connect back to your community, and you have to be in some forms a servant of your community in order for your community to come service you.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's, I believe in karma. It's good karma, right? To
Yeah.
do that. And a little plug for Integrity Square here. We helped the FDNY and continue to help the FDNY. That initiative, and I encourage anyone listening to this to get involved either with your local fire department, maybe consider donating equipment to those guys. Because when Pete Moore found out, 3 years ago, that there was not a line item for the FDNY for fitness equipment, that was what started up this whole thing. So
Hmm.
the city gives these guys the firehouse, an empty firehouse, and the equipment, the firefighting equipment, but no fitness stuff. So every
Yeah.
time you saw a firehouse in New York and the boroughs, it was donated or it was bought out of these guys' pockets. So, he lost it in a good way, and we started this whole initiative, and now it's great, and it feels great too. I absolutely concur. It feels great to be a part of something like that. So encourage anyone listening to this to find something that they're passionate about and give back to the community. So I got another question for you,
Okay.
Jay. Since you have experience here on sort of both sides of the fence, and by that I mean what would be considered maybe like more boutique, smaller footprint, and obviously now going into a much larger footprint. How do you look at those differently as an operator, right? What, like, the KPIs for fitness boutiques are this in your head, and maybe they're this in your head for the larger one, right? Or your operational playbook, if you will. It's this for the smaller facility and this for the bigger facility, because you're kind of doing two. You're going into a new market here. It sounds like, So how do you think about that?
I think it's kind of one and the same, because how I treated the fitness and wellness professionals
Uh
is
huh.
how I treated the everyday member, because they are my everyday member. It was just a smaller scale than having a public gym. So I think
Okay.
you still have to be you still have to have the same type of service. You just have a more people with a public gym. And I just think customer service is customer service. A lot of people try to make it seem like because you're switching businesses or you're switching who you're servicing,
Right.
that you have to do a lot of different things. But if you're doing good business, you're doing good business. If you
Yeah.
understand good customer service is dealing with the person coming in buying a T-shirt to the person coming in and buying a program for a year. I think each person should be treated exactly the same, with good service, service that they remember, and service that they'll tell their friends about. Because essentially, that's the only way. That's how we do business. You do business with having a service that people want to give you money to come and use.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter who you deal with. You have to understand that that's what you're trying to accomplish. You're trying to have the best service that people will go tell their friends about. If you have good customer service and you have a good product, you translate that over to 100,000 square foot facility. There's no getting away from that.
Now, the challenge there is always, train. How do you, now you've been in this for a while now, you can't be at the front desk all day, right? You have to do everything else. So in your experience, what's your like standard operating procedure, if you got one, to ensure that the people that you bring on gives and provides that good service, right? It's critical, obviously. So how do you, as an operator, as an owner who's got a billion different things to do, how do you ensure, what have you done to ensure that service translates out, right? Do you have them read a couple of suggested books? Do you have a type of training that you put them through, like the nuts and bolts of this?
It is a you do have to have a playbook. And I got that from Tom Fiorini from the Cincinnati Athletic Club. He's a juggernaut in our industry. His son took over for him at the Cincinnati Athletic Club, but he was somebody I haven't talked to him in a while, but he was somebody I did talk to on a regular basis to learn the game. And it's understanding that sometimes things are gonna come at you that are different, and so you have to be able to adjust, learn from that adjustment, and add to your playbook or take away from your playbook to make it a better playbook. You just like in NFL, you can't keep running the same plays or you're gonna get a new head coach.
Right,
So
right.
you know what I mean? So you have to adjust and always be a willing learner. It's always about learning and getting better. That's just like now. Even though I've been in the Halo sector and I've done a lot of stuff, I still want to get in the Halo Academy. I still want to learn. I still want to learn that information. It's just staying a student and understanding that this industry is the best people in this industry are the people that understand that research and learning is how you get far.
Yeah, yeah, we had a long conversation about the Halo Academy, so I appreciate. I feel you. My background, formal background, is education. I was a teacher myself, and we talked about it earlier on the phone. The best learners, are they're always open minded. They're oftentimes the best teachers are often really good learners.
Yeah.
It just never stops, and well, frankly, it shouldn't stop. So we're going to wrap this up now. But Jay, I really want to thank you for coming on. Before we hit the off switch here, you got any last minute sort of favorite quotes or inspirational sayings? We always like to kind of wrap up a podcast around this. Anything stick out at you? Like your employees are like, oh yeah, Jay always says this. Anything like that jump out at you?
Um, be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Be consistent and be available, man. I think that's the biggest two things that we can have in this industry.
Be consistent and be available. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. I like that a lot. On that note, sir, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for coming on the show, and best of luck with the new endeavor
Thank you.
in Atlanta. Is any website or anything up yet? Now, where can people find you?
The website is down, getting rebuilt because I got a lot of new ventures going on. We are on Google, so feel free to get on Google and give us a call or come by and check us out. Like I say, we literally 3 minutes off the exit on Old National Highway, and we're doing a lot of different things in our community, and we're expanding from there. We're not just a health club. We're an entire community, and we're growing from there.
Excellent. Well, best of luck as we come into 2026 here, and thanks again for coming on the show.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you for having me.